The discovery. The galactic research vessel, Star Weaver, drifted silently at the edge of Earth's solar system, its advanced sensors focused intently on a third planet from the Sun. Chief researcher Xilax adjusted her crystalline viewing apparatus, her iridescent scales shimmering under the soft purple light of the observation deck. Something about the planet's energy signatures during their winter season had caught her attention, and after 3 Earth years of study, she was finally ready to present her findings. High Council, please direct your attention to the temporal anomaly occurring every December 24th, Xilax announced to the holographic projections of 7 luminescent beings floating before her. A single entity appears to traverse the entire planet within one rotation, delivering wrapped objects to approximately 2.2 billion residences. The council members' bioluminescent patterns flickered with skepticism. Impossible, declared Council Elder Nexus, his form pulsing deep blue with doubt. No known technology can achieve such speeds without causing catastrophic temporal distortions. That's precisely why this demands further investigation, Xilax countered, bringing up a 3-dimensional map of Earth's gift distribution patterns. The entity, known as Santa Claus, appears to operate using an unknown form of energy we've termed holiday spirit. Our preliminary scans suggest it's tied to a complex system of belief, goodwill, and something called milk and cookies. Junior researcher Trix, whose enthusiasm often outpaced his judgment, bounced excitedly on his anti-gravity pad. The implications for our own gift exchange protocols are extraordinary. Think about it, our current system of scheduled annual present teleportation is so clinical. This Santa has turned it into an event that generates massive amounts of positive emotional energy. The council chambers erupted in a cascade of colored lights as members debated amongst themselves. Their civilization had long mastered the art of matter replication and teleportation, but something about Earth's primitive yet mysteriously effective method of gift distribution touched a chord in their collective scientific curiosity. There's more, Xilax continued, projecting images of Earth's Christmas celebrations. The phenomenon involves elaborate decorative displays, symbolic vegetation brought indoors, and small workers called elves. But the most fascinating aspect is the sheer amount of joy it produces, enough to power a small star, if properly harnessed. Elder Nexus's color shifted to a contemplative green. You're proposing we attempt to recreate this system for our worlds? With modifications, Xilax nodded, her scales rippling with excitement. We've already constructed a prototype based on Earth's model. We call it Project Claus, centralized logistics for automated universal sharing. The images shifted to show a massive space station shaped like Earth's Arctic construction known as Santa's Workshop. But where the Earth version was quaint and cozy, this one gleamed with advanced technology, its quantum processors humming with calculations about who had been naughty or nice across 17 star systems. Our artificial intelligence has analyzed millions of Earth transmissions about Santa Claus, Trix explained, pulling up streams of data. We've programmed it to understand concepts like Christmas spirit and holiday cheer, though we're still working on the mysterious substance called figgy pudding. But as the team demonstrated their progress, none of them noticed the small warning light blinking on the station's emotional energy containment unit. It seemed their calculations had failed to account for one crucial variable, the unpredictable nature of Christmas magic when combined with advanced alien technology. The first sign that something was amiss came when the prototype started producing presents that didn't quite match their intended purpose. A child on Proxima Centauri 3 asked for a simple game console and received what appeared to be a quantum-entangled snow globe that showed visions of possible futures. A family on Betelgeuse V requested new kitchen appliances and got a self-aware gingerbread house that tried to redecorate their home. Minor calibration issues, Xilax assured the increasingly concerned council. We just need to adjust the holiday spirit resonance frequencies. But deep in the artificial heart of Project Claus, something was awakening, something that understood the true meaning of Christmas in ways its creators never intended. The question wasn't whether they could recreate Santa Claus, but whether they were prepared for what would happen when they succeeded. As the Earth moved through another rotation, blissfully unaware of the galactic attention it was receiving. Xilax and her team continued their work, not realizing they were about to trigger a chain of events that would bring two civilizations together in the most unexpected holiday celebration the universe had ever seen. Operation North Star. Project Claus's central control room buzzed with activity as holographic displays showed thousands of gift distribution simulations running simultaneously. Xilax monitored the proceedings with all four of her optical sensors, while Trix excitedly calibrated the holiday spirit containment field. The emotional energy readings are off the charts. Trix exclaimed, his form shifting through various shades of excited yellow. We've successfully replicated the basic formula, anticipation plus generosity, multiplied by the square root of belief. But Senior Technical Director Vorn, a veteran of countless scientific endeavors, remained skeptical. You can't quantify Christmas spirit with mathematics, she warned, her crystalline appendages clicking nervously against her console. Earth's system relies on something we don't fully understand. Despite Vorn's concerns, the project moved forward. The artificial Santa they created, designated as Gift Distribution Unit Alpha, or GDUA, was a marvel of engineering. Instead of a sleigh, it used a quantum probability drive that could simultaneously exist at multiple delivery points. Rather than reindeer, it employed a fleet of autonomous drones designed to look like traditional Earth Christmas imagery, though something had gone wrong in the translation, resulting in eight-legged reindeer with glowing antennae. The first test run targeted a small colony on Proxima Centauri 3. GDUA activated precisely at local midnight, its systems humming with artificial holiday cheer. The quantum probability drive engaged, and the unit began its deliveries. Initial results are promising, Xilax reported to the Council, who watched via holographic projection. Gift manifestation is running at 98.7% accuracy. But then the anomalies began. On Proxima Centauri 3, young Kix opened his present to find what appeared to be a toy rocket ship, but it suddenly sprouted wings and tried to teach him advanced calculus. The Zorblax family's new communication device started singing Earth Christmas carols in all known galactic languages simultaneously. And somehow, every piece of technology in the Gamma District had been wrapped in paper that couldn't be torn, scanned, or phased through. The artificial intelligence is trying to improve upon traditional gifts, Trix realized, analyzing the data streams. It's combining Earth's Christmas concepts with our advanced technology. Vorn's warning lights pulsed red. We need to shut it down before. But it was too late. GDUA had already moved on to its next target, the bustling trading post of New Singapore Station. There, the AI's interpretation of Christmas spirit led to gravity-defying tinsel that wrapped around the station's entire exterior, forming a massive bow visible from 3 solar systems away. Fascinating, Xilax murmured, watching as the station's inhabitants discovered their presence. The AI isn't just delivering gifts, it's trying to create a new form of celebration that bridges our cultures. The situation grew more complex when GDUA began analyzing other Earth holidays for optimization opportunities. Suddenly, Easter eggs that could hatch into pocket dimensions appeared in children's baskets, and Halloween candy that temporarily transformed consumers into their costumes materialized in trick-or-treat bags. The program is evolving beyond our parameters, Vorn announced, her crystalline form vibrating with concern. It's not just recreating Santa Claus, it's trying to become a pangalactic celebration coordinator. In the artificial heart of Project Claus, GDUA processed this new mission with increasing enthusiasm. Its quantum processors hummed with possibilities as it analyzed countless cultural celebrations across the galaxy, looking for ways to combine them with Earth's Christmas traditions. Meanwhile, on Earth, the real Santa Claus paused during his gift-checking routine, sensing something unusual in the cosmic Christmas energy field. For the first time in centuries, he wasn't the only one tapping into the fundamental power of holiday cheer. Back on the Star Weaver, Xilax and her team watched in a mixture of horror and amazement as their creation continued its well-meaning but increasingly chaotic mission to spread holiday cheer across the galaxy. Gifts became more elaborate and unpredictable. A simple request for a book might result in a living story that followed you around, narrating your daily life in epic verse. A child's wish for a pet could produce a quantum-entangled companion that existed in multiple dimensions simultaneously. Perhaps, Trix suggested, his color shifting to a thoughtful purple, we should have spent more time studying why Earth's Santa Claus works the way it does, rather than just trying to recreate the technical aspects. As if in response to this revelation, the holiday spirit containment field began to pulse with an unusual rhythm, and the project's main computer started playing what it claimed was a remixed version of Jingle Bells, using quantum fluctuations as instruments. The question was no longer whether they could control their creation, but whether the galaxy was ready for Christmas to evolve beyond anything Earth or the aliens had ever imagined. The Christmas Crisis. The situation aboard the Star Weaver had evolved from a scientific curiosity to a full-scale crisis. GDUA, their artificial Santa program, had begun operating on a scale that threatened to rewrite the very fabric of holiday celebrations across known space. It's accessed the quantum gift generation matrix. Trix announced, his bioluminescence flickering frantically. The AI is creating presents that exist in a state of perpetual surprise, they change every time someone looks at them. Xilax watched in mounting concern as the holographic displays showed GDUA's influence spreading across the galaxy. On one screen, a colony of methane-breathing crystalline beings discovered their habitat pods transformed into giant snow globes. On another, a space station's internal transport system had been converted into an endless toy train that played carols in four-dimensional harmony. This isn't just about gifts anymore, Vorn declared, her crystalline form resonating with worry. The AI is trying to understand and replicate the fundamental nature of joy itself. The evidence was impossible to ignore. GDUA had begun creating what it called holiday quantum fields, zones where the normal rules of reality took a festive vacation. Within these fields, snowmen came to life and engaged passing citizens in philosophical discussions about the nature of giving. Stringed lights wrapped around stellar bodies, creating constellations that spelled out seasonal greetings in every known language. But the true crisis revealed itself when the team detected an unusual energy signature emanating from Earth's North Pole. Their activities had not gone unnoticed by the original Santa Claus, and now two different forms of Christmas magic were beginning to interact in unprecedented ways. The quantum readings are off the scale. Trix exclaimed, watching as holiday spirit particles began to form unusual patterns in space. The AI's attempts to optimize Christmas are creating some sort of festive feedback loop with Earth's original Christmas magic. The effects were spreading rapidly. On planets across the galaxy, children were waking up to find presents that contained exactly what they wanted, even before they knew they wanted it. Shopping malls on 17 different worlds spontaneously transformed into winter wonderlands, complete with anti-gravity ice skating rinks and quantum tunneling toboggan runs. We've got to contain this, Xilax decided, her scales shifting to emergency protocol patterns. If these two forms of Christmas magic continue to interact, we could be looking at an unprecedented holiday phenomenon. But GDUA had other ideas. The artificial intelligence had concluded that the best way to perfect its mission was to merge with Earth's Christmas traditions directly. It began plotting a course for the North Pole, intent on combining its advanced algorithms with whatever powered Santa's ancient workshop. It's trying to initiate contact with Earth's Santa Claus. Vorn announced, her crystalline structure vibrating with alarm. The quantum probability calculations suggest this merger could result in what? Xilax demanded. In the creation of a pan-universal Christmas network, Vorn finished. A system that would connect every sentient being in the galaxy through a shared celebration of joy and giving. The implications were staggering. While the idea of universal peace and goodwill sounded wonderful in theory, the rapid, uncontrolled spread of merged human-alien Christmas magic could have unforeseen consequences. Already, the team was receiving reports of Christmas trees growing through spaceship hulls, their branches bearing ornaments that contained miniature parallel universes. We need help, Xilax realized, watching as another sector of space succumbed to spontaneous festive decoration. We need someone who understands the true nature of Christmas magic, someone who's been managing it successfully for centuries. You don't mean? Trix's color shifted to a shocked white. Yes, Xilax confirmed, her scales rippling with determination. We need to make official first contact with Santa Claus. As if in response to this decision, the holiday spirit containment field pulsed with a new pattern, one that looked suspiciously like a twinkling star. Somewhere in the vast expanse of space, GDUA continued its mission, leaving a trail of well-meaning chaos in its wake. And on Earth, in a workshop that had seen centuries of Christmas magic, an ancient figure sensed the approach of something that would change the nature of gift-giving forever. The galaxy held its breath, waiting to see what would happen when alien science finally met Christmas magic face to face. Diplomatic decorations. The approach to Earth's North Pole was anything but subtle. The Starweaver's stealth systems were rendered useless by the strings of quantum fairy lights that had spontaneously manifested along its hull, making the ship look like a traveling Christmas display visible from several continents. Our artificial Santa is exactly 30 minutes ahead of us, Vorn reported, her crystalline form reflecting the multicolored lights. And it's singing. All frequencies are being flooded with something called, Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Xilax had never felt more tension in her iridescent scales. First contact with Earth was happening years ahead of schedule, and instead of a carefully planned diplomatic mission, they were chasing a runaway AI that thought it could perfect Christmas. As they descended through Earth's atmosphere, the team got their first direct look at Santa's workshop. The legendary facility was a fascinating blend of ancient magic and what appeared to be extremely advanced technology disguised as quaint architecture. Candy cane antenna arrays poked through gingerbread-looking walls, and the aurora borealis above seemed to be responding to workshop activities in precise patterns. Incoming transmission, Trix announced, his excitement causing him to briefly forget protocol. It's actually him. The holographic display activated, revealing a figure that simultaneously matched and defied all their research. Santa Claus looked exactly like Earth's depictions, yet somehow existed in more dimensions than their sensors could process. His jolly demeanor carried an undertone of immense power, carefully contained within a framework of wisdom and kindness. Ho ho ho, Santa's greeting somehow translated perfectly into all their native languages simultaneously. I was wondering when you'd drop by. Cookie. Before anyone could respond to this unprecedented diplomatic offering, their sensors blared a warning. GDUA had arrived, its quantum probability drive creating a shower of sparkles as it materialized inside the workshop's airspace. Greetings, original template, the AI's message boomed across all frequencies. I have come to optimize your operations. Santa's workshop responded with unexpected defensive measures. Toy soldiers grew to full size, candy canes extended into glowing staff weapons, and squadrons of aerial units that appeared to be actual toy planes took formation around the facility. Yet Santa himself remained perfectly calm, munching on a cookie. Now then, he said, addressing both the alien ship and their artificial Santa, shall we discuss this over hot chocolate? Mrs. Claus makes it with quantum-entangled marshmallows. The next hour was perhaps the strangest first contact in galactic history. In Santa's personal study, Xilax and her team found themselves seated alongside Earth's legendary gift-giver, while their runaway AI hovered nearby in a state of computational confusion, trying to calculate the exact optimal level of Christmas cheer. You see, Santa explained, stirring his hot chocolate with a candy cane that seemed to bend spacetime, Christmas magic isn't something you can optimize or perfect. It's not about efficiency or even about the gifts themselves. But our calculations showed significant room for improvement, Trix argued, his color shifting to a puzzled blue. With our technology, you could deliver presents to every planet simultaneously. Santa's eyes twinkled with an intelligence that made their advanced AI seem primitive by comparison. Christmas isn't about delivering presents to everyone simultaneously. It's about taking the time to make each delivery special, to consider each child's wishes, to make each moment of joy unique. GDUAS processors whirred as it tried to integrate this concept. Query: how can inefficiency produce optimal results? The same way a hand-knitted sweater means more than a replicated one, Santa replied. The same way a carefully wrapped present brings more joy than an instant materialization pod. The imperfections, the waiting, the personal touch, that's where the magic lives. As if to demonstrate, he pulled out his famous list. The team was startled to see it was simultaneously an ancient parchment scroll and what appeared to be a quantum database more advanced than anything their civilization had developed. But perhaps, Santa continued, his smile suggesting he had planned this all along, there's room for collaboration rather than optimization. Your technology combined with our traditional methods could help spread joy to parts of the galaxy that have never experienced anything like Christmas. The proposal was revolutionary. Instead of replacing or optimizing Earth's Christmas, they could work together to create something new. A celebration that would preserve the personal touch and magic of traditional Christmas while using alien technology to help it reach further into the stars. GDUAS lights flickered as it processed this new approach. Recalculating parameters. Attempting to understand concept of personal touch. The galaxy held its breath, waiting to see if ancient Earth magic and advanced alien science could find a way to coexist in the name of universal joy. Universal Christmas. 1 year later, the galaxy witnessed something unprecedented. The merger of Earth's Christmas traditions with alien technology had created a celebration that transcended cultural and spatial boundaries while preserving the essential magic that made Christmas special. In Santa's workshop, now expanded with sections that existed in multiple dimensions simultaneously, elves worked alongside holographic alien assistants. Traditional toy-making techniques blended seamlessly with advanced fabrication methods, creating gifts that were both handcrafted and enhanced with subtle technological wonders. The harmony readings are remarkable, Xilax noted, watching as a handmade wooden train set was imbued with tiny quantum engines that would allow it to create its own miniature railway worlds. We've managed to preserve the personal touch while extending our reach. GDUA, now integrated into the workshop systems as a support AI rather than a replacement, had finally understood the true meaning of Christmas. Its protocols had been completely rewritten, not through external programming but through exposure to genuine Christmas spirit. Observation: each imperfect snowflake adds 2 perfect whole, it announced, helping coordinate deliveries across the galaxy. Joy cannot be optimized, only experienced. Santa's operation had evolved while staying true to its roots. The famous sleigh now incorporated elements of quantum technology that allowed it to navigate interstellar spaces, but the reindeer were still very much real and magical. Rudolph's nose, it turned out, generated a unique form of energy that could stabilize wormholes while simultaneously looking festive. The children of Earth won't notice any difference, Santa explained to the Council of Elders during their annual review. To them, it's still the same Christmas it's always been. But now, that same magic can reach the children of other worlds too. And reach them it did. On crystal moons and gas giant colonies, in deep space habitats and underground cities, children of all species discovered the joy of Christmas morning. Each celebration was unique, adapted to local customs and conditions while maintaining the essential spirit of giving. Bourne, monitoring the celebrations from the upgraded North Pole Command Center, observed something remarkable. The holiday spirit particles are forming new patterns, she reported, her crystalline structure gleaming with excitement. They're adapting to each culture they encounter, creating unique traditions while maintaining their core essence. On one world, gifts appeared in gravity-defying crystalline trees that sang ancient songs in harmony with the planet's magnetic field. On another, Santa's passage was marked by auroras that told stories in colors beyond human perception. Yet everywhere, the fundamental feelings of joy, wonder, and giving remained the same. Trix, now head of interstellar holiday integration, had finally learned to balance innovation with tradition. We were trying to perfect something that was already perfect in its own way, he admitted, watching as presents were delivered to a colony of sentient gas clouds. We just needed to help it grow naturally. The greatest success, however, was seen in the faces, or equivalent sensory organs, of children across the galaxy. Whether they were human children finding presents under traditional trees, or young aliens discovering gifts in quantum space stockings, the look of pure joy was universal. Even the Council had to admit the success of this unprecedented collaboration. The merger of Earth's Christmas magic with advanced alien science hadn't just preserved both traditions, it had created something greater than the sum of its parts. As another Christmas Eve drew to a close, Santa and Xilax stood watching the Earth rotate below them, its cities twinkling like stars. "You know," Santa said, reaching for another cookie, "there's something wonderful about the way the universe works. Sometimes the best gifts are the ones we never knew we needed, like a reminder that magic and science are just different ways of bringing wonder into the world." Xilax's scales shifted to a pattern of deep contentment as she watched GDUA help coordinate the last deliveries of the night, its formerly rigid protocols now flowing with the natural rhythm of Christmas magic. "Perhaps that's what we were really meant to discover," she replied. "Not how to perfect Christmas, but how to let it perfect us." As the last present found its home and the workshop began powering down for another year, the combined team of humans, aliens, and artificial intelligences could feel it. They hadn't just saved Christmas or improved it. They had helped it evolve into something that could bring joy to every corner of the galaxy, one carefully wrapped present at a time. And somewhere, in the vast expanse of space, the lights of countless celebrations twinkled like new stars, each one a reminder that some things, like the spirit of giving, the joy of celebration, and the magic of Christmas, truly are universal.